people aren't consistent enough to see their businesses actually become successful. So what was the like key things that you feel like Earn Your Leisure did to actually build a successful brand?
Well, I think it first starts off what you have to be aligned with the brand, right? You have to really want to do what you're doing. Earn Your Leisure wasn't our first brand. It wasn't our first business. We failed at a few businesses before Earn Your Leisure, but then we started Earn Your Leisure, and I said this before, but Troy is an educator. Rashad is in finance. I was in media. We all took our abilities, our strengths, put them together, and you created Earn Your Leisure. So we wasn't really working. We was doing things that we loved. And I will say, like, if you're gonna do something, you have to love it. If you don't love what you're doing, I feel like you're wasting your time, because eventually you're probably gonna end up failing because you don't love it. Like what you're doing right now, you had to set up cameras, you have to set up lights, you have to interview, prepare for the interview. It wasn't work to you probably. It was probably like second nature. You love doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You would keep doing it all night if you could. And when you feel like that, and when you're in that position, that's our success. That's the remedy. That's the ingredients that we had. We love doing. Every person played a part, and the part they played, they loved playing it.
But think about, sometimes like you can love doing something. Like I'm really passionate about teaching financial literacy, helping like my generation and stuff like that. But it's really sometimes days where I don't want to be bothered, days when I don't want to do something. So like, how did y'all surpass those days? You know, those tough days, those days when like y'all didn't want to show up, those days when you didn't want to be in the camera, those days when you didn't want to be behind the camera. Like, what do you do during those days?
What's good, y'all? Are y'all having a hard time starting conversations in large rooms? Do you need to find more effective ways to draw attention to yourself without wearing a fancy outfit? I figured out a hack. You need some Financial Revolution merch. Everything is a staple piece that represents Black wealth. You are what you wear, so make sure you join the rest of the billionaires and get some FR merch. We have hoodies, sweatsuits, t-shirts, and much more. Make sure you visit www.financialrevolution.com and use code podcast for a special 10% off. Again, go to www.financialrevolution.com and use code podcast for a special 10% off. Let's get it, y'all.
It's on that one thing you want to achieve, and when it's days, when you look in the mirror and it's days you don't want to come to work, or you don't want to do this or do that, you gotta always remember that one thing that you really are doing this for. And like, I was doing this because my brothers wanted to do this podcast, so I was doing it for a whole different reason.
Yeah.
Now I got a whole nother reason. Like that's why I got a whole nother like thing, because I have a kid now.
Yeah.
I just had a kid, and like, you know, and now he's my whole nother he's a whole nother motivation. He just put another fire under me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had the fire back then for something totally other things. Now I got a kid, so now it's like a whole nother fire. So I'm on go.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, how do y'all keep upping it? Like what's the source? Like I feel like I watched y'all do InvestFest 2022, and then post y'all doing InvestFest in London. I watch y'all, like, it's just like y'all keep upping it. Like y'all never just let something just sit and marinate. Like, and that's something that I noticed about y'all. Y'all keep going up. Like there's no limitations. Y'all don't put no cap at what y'all can do. Like, is that a mindset thing? Is that like a
it's putting yourself around people that are high level people, right? Like when you're sitting down with Robert F. Smith, right? And he's the richest person in America, and he's telling you things about like his life and things about what he's doing and things that we should be doing. It changes your mindset. Like mindset is important. Mindset can make or break you, and if you surround yourself by people that have a high level mindset, it inspires you and puts you and makes you want more and do more. And I think that's what it is. It's like we didn't even think globally in the beginning. We just thought, you know, domestic, right? We were just trying to be the best in New York, then the best in say the East Coast. Then we went to the West Coast. It was a stepping stone. Like it was one step at a time, you know. So I think putting yourself in the room with like-minded people makes you want more.
One thing I feel like my peers run into a lot of times, like, one, you can get into the room, but how do you work the room? How do you work the room? Like, how do we approach somebody like yourself without being annoying or feeling like we asking for something or feeling like we need a handout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we work the room and network correctly, make those connections without, you know, overstepping boundaries?
So this is one thing I could say. Like, I could only think from experience. The people that work that outside of our friends and family, the people that work with Earning Your Leisure, they have been people that have added value in some way. So our editor right now, right? He sent me like 15 clips free of our clips. He sent 15 clips of our clips. And the clips were so great that I had to hire him. Now he makes thousands of dollars a month editing for Earn Your Leisure because he sent 15 free clips. Now, when you say work the room, I think it's the same exact thing. Like me, you got to understand I'm not really working rooms because I'm not the face, right? I stay in the back. I'm chilling and watching things and making sure everything's good. But it's the same thing though. If you're gonna work a room, you got to add value. If I come up to a Michael or a Troy or a Rashad, I'm adding value. I'm not asking for help. I'm not this. I'm adding value. I'm telling you this, or I'm saying I could do this. I could do that. I see where the gap is, or you got to add value. Be a solution to the problem. And if you can come up to me and tell me a solution to a problem that we have, then you spiked my interest. And once you spike my interest, now I want more. I want to know more.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I'm about to use your advice right now, live in action.
Okay.
Right?